In today's special explainer, we're looking at something that honestly sounds a little bit like science fiction, right? But the crazy thing is, it's happening right now. We're going to break down exactly how you can build a solo business pulling in 3 to 4 crore rupees a month entirely by leveraging artificial intelligence. That's right, we are looking at the literal blueprint for a 100 crore solo enterprise decoded from some seriously fascinating recent insights. So let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Can you actually build a 100 crore company completely by yourself? Now, traditionally, the answer would be absolutely not. No way. You'd need massive teams, expensive offices, crazy infrastructure, the whole shebang. But the landscape has completely shifted. With the right tools today, one single person can do the work that used to take 10 people just a few years ago, and they can do it in minutes. But here's the catch. To pull off a massive one-person business, you can't just throw spaghetti at the wall. You have to follow some incredibly strict rules. Part 1. The Crore Solo Business Constraints. If you want to build a highly profitable solo enterprise, especially in a market like India, you have 3 absolute non-negotiable rules. First up, it has to be 100% digital. No physical assets, no inventory, no dealing with shipping logistics. None of that. Everything happens online. Second, your pricing has to be in the sweet spot, specifically under 2,000 rupees, ideally as a monthly subscription. At that price, people don't really have to overthink it before hitting buy, which gives you a beautiful, steady, recurring revenue stream. And third, and this is absolutely crucial, it must solve a deep, pressing insecurity. We're talking things like hair loss or weight loss. Why? Because when people are deeply insecure about a problem, they don't want to wait around. They're going to pay quickly, and their lifetime value as a customer goes through the roof. Moving on to part 2, the magic weapon, the AI Model Council. So you've got your rules, right? But how on earth do you come up with the perfect idea that fits all of them? Well, you use a technological secret weapon. But before we get to that, we really have to address the elephant in the room. If you want the absolute best out of AI to build a multi-million-dollar business, you cannot rely on free tools. You just can't. The computing power behind the scenes, the token cost, is really expensive. If you want the smartest digital brains producing the unmatched quality you need for a real business plan, you have to pay for it. Free AI, it's just going to give you basic, limited outputs. You have to pay to play. And here is exactly what you're paying for. The Model Council. Think of this as, well, an AI key panchayat, a literal council of digital brains. Instead of just asking one AI a quick question, you grab 3 of the top AI models in the world. They all go off, they do their own individual research based on your exact constraints, and then, this is the crazy part, they actively debate each other. They argue about what works, what doesn't, and synthesize the ultimate business plan. You essentially have the smartest entities on the planet arguing on your behalf. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why you should trust them with your business strategy. There's this thing called the GDP benchmark. It basically tests AI against the 44 most valuable jobs in the world, the ones contributing heavily to the global economy. The top AI models right now, they are scoring so high that in 85% of cases, they're actually outperforming humans at the specific skills needed for these top-tier jobs. So they aren't just fun little toys anymore. They are highly capable workers. Which brings us to part 3, the million-dollar AI business ideas. So, what actually happens when we feed our 3 strict rules into this hyper-intelligent model council? Well, first, let's look at what all 3 AIs completely agreed upon. They unanimously decided that an AI spoken English and interview coach is a massive, highly profitable idea. They also totally agreed on spiritual tech, specifically AI astrology as a huge category where people are very willing to pay. But perhaps the most important thing they agreed on for the Indian market is distribution. It literally has to be WhatsApp first. If you're building a digital business in India right now, your primary touchpoint has to live right there in their WhatsApp. But the real magic of this debate? That's where they disagreed and came up with their own unique billion-dollar angles. GPT pitched an AI WhatsApp sales copilot, specifically tailored for small and medium businesses. Claude Opus went a different route, suggesting an AI dating coach, or a Riz coach, teaching people how to have swagger and confidence. And Gemini? It came up with a hilarious, but frankly brilliant idea, an AI accountability coach that literally roasts you on WhatsApp if you miss your goals. I mean, these are incredibly creative, distinct solutions. Now, what's really interesting about this insight is Claude's deep understanding of that dating coach idea. Claude pointed out that India has 82 million dating app users, and the massive, untapped insecurity hiding in there: reply anxiety. Millions of people, mostly guys, literally freeze up when they have to reply on a dating app.
Creating an AI service that cures this specific anxiety right on their phone, that is a textbook example of solving a deep insecurity for a low monthly fee.
Finally, part 4, the reality check, execution and longevity. Look, ideas are great, but execution is literally everything. During the debate, Claude Opus delivered a piece of brutal but absolutely essential advice. The magic number is 500. If you launch one of these businesses and you don't get 500 paying subscribers within your first 3 months, pivot immediately. Actually, don't just pivot, shut it down. Don't fall in love with your own idea. Let the data guide you. If you don't hit 500 fast, close it and build the next one. But what if it does work?
Well, Gemini gave us the ultimate goalpost. Because your product is completely digital and priced under 2,000 rupees a month, the math is actually surprisingly straightforward. You need roughly 10,000 to 12,000 active, paying subscribers to eventually hit that massive 100 crore revenue mark. And when you remember there are 82 million dating app users in India alone, grabbing just 12,000 of them suddenly feels incredibly achievable, right?
So the crucial point is how you protect this little empire once you've built it. You absolutely cannot build a 100% AI business. If you do, the second a major AI company releases a new software update, your entire product gets wiped out overnight. You need what we call the solo moat. Your business should be 80% AI doing all the heavy lifting, but it absolutely must retain a 20% human layer. Even in an age dominated by AI, people still deeply value real human connection. That 20% personalized human touch, that is exactly what stops a random software engineer from cloning your business tomorrow. We've seen the strict rules for a one-person empire, the unbelievable power of an AI model council, and the exact business ideas that fit the criteria perfectly. The blueprint is literally right in front of you. So the only question left is, which of these AI-debated ideas are you going to start building today? Use this explainer as your launchpad. Get out there and go find your first 500 subscribers.